The Force is with you, young Skywalker. But you are not a Jedi yet.
Hey, what up YouTube fams, Dupree aka Darth Hater here with some fresh brand new Star Wars news for you. But before we get into it, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget to check out my last video because it greatly helps out the channel. So let's get into it. So Star Wars Rogue Squadron could get a modern remaster if people want it. It sounds like a remake of Rogue Squadron could definitely be in the cards if enough people ask for it, according to game dev team SB. We've definitely not been in the shortest supply of Star Wars games and announcements lately. From the new Jedi Fallen Order to Star Wars Eclipse to Star Wars Outlaws. Of course, though, that doesn't mean that fans are not going to stop asking about a billion other projects. And one person recently took to Twitter to ask Aspire, the team working on a Knights of the Old Republic remake, if they could ever see the classic PC and N64 title Rogue Squadron make a comeback. As reported by Nintendo Life, not only did they surprisingly get an answer, but they got a positive one. Here at SB, we're huge Star Wars fans and love bringing Star Wars games to new audiences. SB wrote, for us, it's all about the game we think players are most passionate about and would love to see brought to new platforms. If the demand is there, we're on board. It doesn't stop there either. Julian Egebrach, the president of Factor 5, the original devs of Rogue Squadron games, also weighed in on the thread, and it sounded like he'd love to see the Switch port happen. The one for Switch would be the ultimate Rogue, using every last bit of Wii, all controllers from Pro to Wheel, all levels from Leader and Strike in one as intended, fixed and remastered, he said. Multiplayer one-on-one gyro-like skipper combat, 60 FPS are owed to Star Wars. He continued adding that the team loved making the original games. To round this off, it should include a remastered Rogue Squadron N64/PC with high detail ship models from the Wii, and updated textures and shaders. The Force will be strong with that one. These updated Wii models he's referring to, of course, are not the ones from the canceled remasters, but being worked on for that console once upon a time. Obviously, a lot would have to be done to those to bring them up to new gen standards. There's no doubt fans will love to see it happen after all these years. Yes, big yeses to this. Growing up in the 90s, Nintendo 64 was everything. And one of the best Star Wars games, aside from Shadows of the Empire, was Rogue Squadron, and that was one of the best games, like I said, growing up, especially if you like flight simulators. And then Star Wars, if you didn't have like a PC, then you couldn't play the X-Wing, the TIE Fighter games. If you had a console, you were definitely playing Star Wars Rogue Squadron back in the day. And then the follow-ups on the Wii. This game would definitely do well if they did a remake and remaster, and using all these same old characters they had. Like basically you're playing with as Rogue Squadron, as Rogue Leader Luke Skywalker after the events of the first Death Star, right before the Empire Strikes Back. And that in itself alone would just get a lot of people excited. You get to play as Luke Skywalker and X-Wings and everything. And then they had the cool unlockable ships, like you got the Millennium Falcon, you got the N1 Starfighter. They could do a lot of that with that game. And seeing all the words coming from the original developer, that also goes hand in hand with the fact that Lucasfilm has been trying to get the Rogue Squadron movie up and at 'em and everything, with Patty Jenkins on the other side. That will go hand in hand. Like you got a movie release about starfighters, and then you get a video game release, a remastered release, which will get a lot of the old fans, you know, up in arms in a good way. Even though we did have Star Wars like Starfighters not too long ago, that didn't really hit too well. I think bringing the old school classic like this into a new generation for new consoles would hit in a big way. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Did you guys play Rogue Squadron back in the day? And if so, would you like to see a return to new consoles or like a whole remaster? Would you like to see like an updated version of it or just plain old school? Do you think this is like hinting that they were kind of working hand in hand with Patty Jenkins with the movie coming out and still being on hiatus? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And as always, if you guys like this video, please hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell to get notifications for all my latest videos. That would be great. Anyway, guys, take care. See you in the next one. May the Force be with you. Bye.